Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. I was blowing some dust around yesterday in this house and I got it in my eye, I guess, because I woke up this morning and my eye is like dragging. So I'm going to wear my glasses today. The more I talk about it, the worse it gets. Remember, whatever you focus on grows in your experience. So sometimes you have to ignore pain and discomfort in your life. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Today's topic is going to be, I forgot what it was. I wrote it down. Let me see. Pleasure seeking. But before we begin, like and subscribe. So why do I want to talk about pleasure seeking? Well, take a look around you if you live in the West, in the US here. For example, the commercials on TV, eat like you mean it, happy meal, happy this, happy that, all correlated with food and drink. If you eat this, you'll feel good. If you drink this, you'll feel good. And actually that is a true statement. You feel good for the moment while you're eating it, but the long-term consequences and the misery you feel after you gain 25, 50, 100 pounds doesn't feel good at all. It's because of pleasure seeking. We shouldn't eat for pleasure per se all the time, or to seek pleasure through food or drink or drugs or whatever it happens to be, because that leaves you feeling empty and flat and miserable. There's nothing wrong with a certain amount of pleasure. It is pleasurable to have a good meal, but it's when you base your life on eating or base your life on drugs or alcohol for the feeling that those things give you. Everything in moderation. Even sex. Sex is a pleasurable thing and of course should not be denied to anyone. But when your whole life is based upon that, and that is how you get your worth or your feeling of fulfillment, it will last for quite some time, and I have experienced that, but eventually it will leave you feeling flat and empty and hollow on the inside. All pleasure seeking and pleasure, pleasure overdone, not done in moderation, because of course we're here to enjoy our life. But it's like anything, when you were a kid, if somebody gave you a piece of candy, that was great. But on Halloween, you had a whole bag of candy, and sometimes you would eat it till you got sick. Too much pleasure. Pleasure is something that we have really, and comfort. Let's add that in there. Pleasure and comfort. We are so comfortable and so concerned about seeking pleasure here in the West that we have forgotten what it's like to struggle, to have any adversity, to be a little uncomfortable. As I tell you, get up and take a cold shower every day. Seek some discomfort. Now you ask me, why would I want to seek discomfort? I want to be comfortable, Mark. I want to have a pleasurable, comfortable life. Yeah, you can have that, but it ends in misery. If you want to have a truly fulfilling life, you have got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. If you live in the West. Now, if you live in other parts of the world, which I would say is 75 to 85% of the world, you don't have to seek discomfort. It's there every day. In many parts of the world, people got up this morning. I think they say 75 to 80% of the people got up this morning to look for firewood to cook on. They walk many miles to get to work or ride a bicycle, or maybe they don't have any work at all. They're scrounging around looking for food or clean water. Many people die every day because they don't have food or clean water. They die as a result of starvation, starvation-induced diseases, and diseases induced from drinking dirty water. So they don't have to seek discomfort. We don't realize what a paradise we live in here in the U.S. And if you've never traveled outside the U.S., I would recommend you do that so you may appreciate what you have. You don't know any contrast if you've never been out. People complain and bitch about how things are here in the States, how terrible it is. And people come from other countries and the one thing they say is they don't understand why people here complain so much. Well, the reason they do is because they've grown up in this comfort in this privileged nation where the women say they are oppressed and the men complain about how bad it is or whatever. And hey, I've complained too. It's something you need to try to stop the best you can. Actually take that same energy and talk about what you desire in your life. So here in the States, seek some discomfort, some unpleasurable experiences like going to the gym and pushing yourself, or going out and running, or any number of things. Working a little harder at work, put in a few extra hours, climb up a steep hill, take the stairs instead of the elevator. All these little things add up and build your character and your integrity. And that is one way you can become a stronger man on the inside, which is, as you guys know, what girls are really attracted to. And I know you guys all want to be able to pick up on the women because it's pleasurable being with a nice woman. Just don't overdo it. All right? Take care. I got to go. If you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspiration.com is my website. If you'd like to donate to the channel, PayPal, hit the PayPal button or the Cash App link there. And welcome to my 2 more new subscribers. Thank you for joining us. That makes 1,384 of you people, who I appreciate very much. Take care.